Let's take a big picture view of what the free agent market looks like as we sit a day before Thanksgiving. This is your top tier, Harold, obviously. Some big names, big ticket items here. Pete Alonso, Bo Bichette, you guys can see it. Which one do you think we're waiting on to set the market? Maybe which is the one that happens first, you think, from this group?
So I would have to say, wow, that's a tough one, because they all have a unique thing they bring. Schwarber's going to probably set the market.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of clubs are going to look for that power.
Sure.
And then after that, put that back up there. I got to look at those names because every guy is unique.
Yeah, Bellinger.
And I think for the first time in a long time, there's needs for each one of these guys. Mm-hmm. The question will be the amount of years. The guy I think that gets interesting amount of years will be Bo Bichette.
Bo Bichette, yeah.
You agree with that?
What about Bellinger and Tucker? Similar players, but yet Bellinger gives you more versatility.
Yeah.
If you were to compare those two, what would come to mind?
Well, I think the injury really hurt Tucker. Mm-hmm. I think if you're going into this time last year, Kyle Tucker's a $500 million player.
Yeah.
You know, Vlad gets $500 million. You're thinking Tucker's right there.
Absolutely.
He's had great years. He's going to continue. That injury set him back.
Yeah.
And people kind of looked at him a little bit different. Can he get past that and wipe that away? We'll see. Played in a little bit of a different market, uncomfortable. That first change is for everybody.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean, they're two different players for me. Bellinger can play first base. Mm-hmm. Bellinger can play center. You know, he can play everywhere.
Left field, played a lot for the New York Yankees. He definitely has some versatility. Yeah. I know one thing that you wanted to mention with this conversation was taking a look at where we were at this time last year.
Yes.
So let's put up the
because I think we're in
here.
a different market, you know, where this is what's happening last year, and it didn't happen until, tomorrow.
Yeah. This day tomorrow, on this day, the November 27th of 2024, Yusei Kikuchi was really the first big free agent sign going to the Angels, and then later, a few days after that, it was Blake Snell.
So it's kind of nice to look at this, and you're looking at Juan Soto signed on the 11th of December. That was a deal that was done years previous in February. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about the winter meetings. I think we're going to have a lot of action in the winter meetings because you look at those dates, but you also look at what's happening in the market. 4 guys took the qualifying offer. We had a big trade yesterday. We had a big trade last week. I think there's going to be a lot of movement in the next week and a half, 2 weeks.
Hot Stove will be on the road in Orlando for winter meetings coverage beginning right here on the network Sunday, December 6th.
Do you think the Blue Jays inspired the rest of baseball? That they had the Dodgers down to Game 7? And they should have actually won had they executed?
I think with what the Blue Jays did in terms of contact, of base running, of doing the little things, being excellent defensively, I think that was definitely something that should serve as an inspiration industry-wide for how you can have success. Let's take a look at the pitching market for free agents right now. And which one do you think is best positioned right now this offseason?
Well, I think Ranger Suarez had the best year.
Me too. Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting pretty right now. The best stuff for me in this group is Michael King. Mm-hmm. When healthy, he was filthy. But you look at Mai Omai up there, the Japanese pitcher.
Tatsuya Imai.
Who came out with his comments yesterday. I think he's playing the market pretty good, but he says, I want to beat the Dodgers. Because everybody's kind of assuming now, if you're a top-end Japanese player, you're going to L.A.
Yeah.
And I think that opened his market up. Framber, I thought, did a very wise move in going to the general manager's meetings early and sitting down. He had some things to explain.
Right,
and
absolutely.
I thought that was a great move for him, and I think it probably opened up his market a little bit.
There were things performance-wise that I'm sure that he wanted to address, and
but I think
including
the
incident with his catcher.
Yeah, that was the biggest incident. You know, you can look at performance, and they can spin rate, and they can do all the different things you can look at, even, you know, records, numbers, everything else. But
No, I agree with you.
You know, you have some attitude things there.
I agree with you.
Discuss it.
That was definitely a wise move by him and his team.
Yeah.
So that's where we stand. Let's go one more tier here. The free agents that are in that next tier. Some interesting names here. Luis Arias, JT Realmuto, reportedly the Red Sox kicking the Tigers on the All-Star catcher. What jumps out at you among this group of names?
Well, JT Realmuto fall into this tier. You would have thought he was in the tier above them.
Okay.
Because of what he's been able to do. I don't see him in this tier. And I think there's a catching need. The reason I say that, not that the other guys aren't great players, but they don't fit. Like Luis Arias has to be the perfect team that says, we don't care about power. We want this from you, that from you.
Yeah.
So I think all those guys kind of fit. JT can play on any team because he can catch every day for you. And I think that changes the narrative for me.
I think the interesting name on that graphic for me, Luis Arias.
Yeah.
A batting champion. I know batting average is
Just
viewed
totally
the same way, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to figure or to see where he lands.
And that goes back to the Blue Jay comment.
Yeah.
You get a guy like that. He transformed the Padres.
Led the National League in hits.
Yes.
So
There's got to be some value for that.